Hi, welcome back to Cheyenne Life, and I have a little recipe here that I wanted to share with everyone because it is a quick and easy recipe if you want to have a sweet treat. Just bear in mind this is not for anyone that is diabetic because it does include a lot of sugar, or anyone that is, gluten intolerant. Because we do have gluten in our canned biscuits. I'm not sure if they have canned biscuits yet that are gluten-free, but if they do, I'm sure that you could use those. Anyway, you're going to need a cup of butter, a cup of white sugar, a half a cup of brown sugar, and 3 8-ounce tins of canned biscuits that you're going to separate each one of the biscuits and cut them into quarters. And a bundt cake pan. It has to be in a bundt cake pan because it is the best one to make sure that the heat evenly distributes throughout the pieces. And then you're going to liberally grease that pan. Make sure to grease the center section. And you're going to need a Ziploc bag. A gallon-sized Ziploc bag works best. That you're going to be putting your mixture of your white sugar and your cinnamon or pumpkin pie spice, in my case, that I like to use, into the bag, and then put each of your pieces into that bag. Shake it all up, get them all well coated. And then you're going to line the pan with all of those biscuits and just keep piling them up until you run out. And I'll be back in just a moment to tell you more. And now you see here that we do have our sugar and cinnamon, or in my case, pumpkin pie spice mixture in the Ziploc bag. It is a gallon-sized Ziploc bag. And then you start putting your pieces into the Ziploc bag. I usually do about 10 to 12 at a time and roll them around in the sugar. Make sure you seal it back up after each time that you're going to put those into the Ziploc bag, and roll them around and get them completely covered. And then you're going to take your pieces out like this and arrange them on the bottom of your bundt cake pan that has been pre-greased, like so. And you don't have to be careful with them. You can just put them in there. Just make sure that you're making them layer by layer into the pan. And you're going to continue all the way around and keep going around and around until you have used up all of your pieces of biscuits and have them in this bundt cake pan, or in your bundt cake pan. All right, and here we have the pot. You're going to have a small pot on your stove turned on medium, and you're going to add your cup of butter and your half a cup of the remaining sugar cinnamon mixture. You're going to add a half a cup of that in here, which is about how much you'll have remaining after you have gotten through coating all of your pieces of the biscuits to put them into the bundt cake pan. And then you have a half cup of packed brown sugar that you're going to be adding into the little pot. So we have that there. And then you're going to wait until it just boils. Don't do any longer than that. Just making sure to get everything mixed in, incorporated, and all delicious. And it is going to smell wonderful in your kitchen while you're doing this. And here you can see all of my little pieces, my coated pieces of biscuits are lined in my bundt cake pan. It does go about, I would say, about a quarter of the way up the bundt cake pan. If you want to have more than that, then you can always add more cans of biscuits. I actually used 4 cans this time, where I typically use 3. So we're going to take this mixture once it begins to boil and pour it over all of those biscuit pieces, and making sure that it coats all of those biscuit pieces. And make sure you're preheating your oven to 350 degrees for your bundt cake pan to go into once you have all of your pieces coated with this mixture of butter and cinnamon sugar. And there you have it, with it all drizzled and got all of that good caramel sauce in it, because that's basically what you're doing, is just making the caramel with the sugar, cinnamon mixture, and butter. And you just pour it all over the top and then put it in your oven, 350 degrees, for 30 minutes until it is done. And oh my goodness, when you get that out of the oven, it is delicious, sweet, gooey, and you can add nuts if you want to. Mix nuts. You can either do almonds and walnuts and pecans and all kinds of things and just incorporate it in, or you can just leave it without. It's both delicious either way, and all of the little pieces just pull apart and the kids love it. So if you like this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and you'll get notices on new videos as they come out, and we'll see you in the next one.